The world of Gravity Falls is home to some very interesting creatures and villains that Dipper and Mabel come face to face with. In today's video, we'll be going over some of the best villains from the show. This won't be a top 5 list or anything, the order doesn't really matter in this case. But with that being said, let's get on to the best Gravity Falls villains. Hiding in the darkness on Halloween night, the Summerween trickster waits to attack innocent bystanders. He won't try killing just anyone though, he only goes after people who don't show any respect to the Summerween spirit. He's made up of junk candy that everyone throws out after trick-or-treating, and he seeks revenge on the people who don't take the holiday seriously. Since this was a Halloween themed episode of Gravity Falls, obviously some spooky stuff would be happening. Taking just one look at his design would set him aside from some of the other villains, mostly because of how intimidating he can be if you make him angry. He wears a smiley face to be happy about the holiday, and he's extremely tall, so he has an advantage when facing off against shorter opponents. If he finds someone who doesn't treat Summerween with respect, he'll chase them and do whatever it takes to make them think differently.
I apologize for my brother. He came down with the case of the grumpy grumps.
Silence! You have insulted me, and for this you must pay with your lives.
Oh, what a cute little mask. You're a funny guy, aren't you?
The trickster may only have been a one-time villain from Gravity Falls, but he managed to give off the perfect vibe of a classic Halloween creature. The idea of him being made entirely out of trash candy is creative, and his reasoning for attacking people makes a lot of sense. He's really intimidating and ready to kill at any moment. Willing to take the form of any person in the form of trickery, the shapeshifter from season 2 is a monster that only seeks harm from others and nothing else. When doing research about this mysterious town, the author of the journals Forward Pines found an egg that eventually hatched into the creature we now know as a shapeshifter. He could transform himself into any other object or person, tricking others at the same time. When Ford locked him up in a cage underground, he escaped to cause chaos for anyone that stumbled upon the hidden bunker. Dipper and Wendy were led to believe that this guy was the author of the journals, but soon they realized it was a complete fake. The shapeshifter is just creepy, giving us nightmare-fueled scenes like this and having no compassion whatsoever.
Go on, admit it. You like it.
You! What did you do to the real author?
You'll likely never find him. That six-fingered nerd hasn't been himself in 30 years. But I do thank you for bringing me his journal. He used to write it while I was in my cage. So many wonderful forms to take.
When he's finally being frozen, he gives a nice warning to Dipper, which again leads to nightmares. Wax Stan was murdered, and the real mystery of this episode was who done it. We soon find out that it was actually the other wax figures who are alive and have a backstory of keeping their real identities a secret. These guys really brought out the supernatural element to Gravity Falls because wax figures being alive sounds so ridiculous, but the concept of the episode was still entertaining. Dipper and Mabel were outnumbered by them, which raised the stakes even higher. Some of these wax figures weren't huge villains though, because Larry King's head returns in the final episode of the show as he had been on an incredible journey through the vents of the Mystery Shack. Oh boy, there's no way I can make a Gravity Falls villain video without talking about Bill Cipher. Ever since the very beginning of the show, he and his wheel appeared in the theme song. Despite his absence for most of season 1, he played a major role towards the end and showed us just what he could do. Bill can manipulate dreams and cause absolute destruction, but season 2 gave his hidden past and made him even stronger. We find out that he tricked the author of the journals into building a device that would connect the nightmare realm with the real world, ultimately setting in motion the main overarching events of the show. Bill would constantly make deals with people, having the upper hand and tricking them in any way possible. The Weirdmageddon arc in the last few episodes had him try to take over everything, turning Earth into his very own.
And what's better, you've brought every threat to my power together in one easy-to-destroy circle! Oh no!
Bill was an overall amazing antagonist for Gravity Falls because he truly had the power to do almost anything, and he had no remorse for what happened in the past, especially when he burned his home dimension. Bill Cipher is a demon you can never trust, and he's one of the best cartoon enemies out there. But anyway, that's all for this video. Subscribe for more awesome cartoon videos, give a thumbs up, and comment below to let me know what you think. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.